Welcome back to another episode of Power Word Nerd.
As you know, the second mate, Teclis, he went off on his own to find that treasure a while ago. We were supposed to hear back from him, and we haven't. We're gonna have to make a detour before we go to Dover.
So, how far out of the way is where... What was it, Teclis?
Teclis.
Teclis. His mission took him.
So we're here, Lunaris, Moonronia. This is where Teclis was looking for the treasure, over in Jater.
Well, Captain, that is quite out of the way.
I agree, but Teclis is very important to us. He's not an average man. We can't afford to lose him. He's exceptional.
Yes, he sure is.
And you see amongst the captured Mastercard pirates, there's also a young boy with red hair. He appears to be, he has the looks of a human and the skin color of a human, that fleshy color, but he has a fleshy, like a flesh-colored tiefling tail. He is like mumbling and muttering, like in a language you guys don't understand, over and over.
All right. There is actually one spell I know that might allow me to understand what he's saying.
Perhaps then you should be the one to talk to him.
Okay. It doesn't let me talk back to him. I just can understand him.
Prince go.
He doesn't really answer you, so you could hear. So he's not really answering Vecni. He's just kind of muttering over and over again. He keeps just saying, "Lusago needs him to go to Dover. Lusago must be freed. Lusago needs him to go to Dover. Lusago must be freed. Don't let the prisoner on the boat. Don't let the prisoner on the boat. He can't see the sword. Lusago needs him to go to Dover. Lusago must be freed." He just keeps saying that over and over again.
All right.
He seems to be like almost like mad.
Lusago? All right. I'll relay that to Prince and Vecni.
Don't let the prisoner on the boat. If the prisoner goes onto the boat, it'll all be revealed. Don't let the prisoner on the boat.
Okay.
I'll walk back to the brig. I'll see if he says anything different, or does he start mumbling again when I get up to him?
Yeah, he starts saying the same thing. He looks
Same
at you.
thing.
The prisoner must not come on the boat. The prisoner must not come on the boat. Don't let the prisoner on the boat. Lusago must be freed. Bring Lusago to Dover. Lusago has to go to Dover. He's got to make it.
I'll say, what prisoner? And I'll like rattle the cage, see if that shakes him out of it.
For a second, he almost has this like lucid look, and he looks at you, and he goes, "The one with the octopus."
I'll lift the lock, like try to do it without any of the prisoners in there knowing.
You're able to unbind the kid without Mulbrax really noticing, I'd say.
Okay. All right. So he's unbound and the door's open, right? I'll go find Vecni now and I'll tell her when I see it. I couldn't find anyone on the ship who spoke Abyssal.
Well, then there is no way to know what this boy is talking about.
He's just speaking gibberish. I gotta...
Well, it's not gibberish, it is Abyssal.
Well, true, but what he's saying doesn't make any sense. Like, what was the name of the thing he kept repeating? The dude?
Lusago?
Lusago.
He kept saying Lusago needs to go to Dover. Lusago must
Yeah.
be freed. And he said the prisoner can't be let on the boat. And when you asked him about the prisoner, he said he's with the octopus.
Yeah. I won't tell Vecni that.
I'm going to attempt to open the door quietly.
So this room is like that underground area that you were in before, where
Shit.
everything's wet, very moist. But the room that you're in, it's massive. It's a very big room. You see shelf after shelf after shelf of books. It looks like it's a library. Around the center of
Oh, we're power gaming now, boys.
around
Hell yeah.
but a lot of these books look like they're ruined from the moisture there. In the middle of the room, you see a very queer sight.
Oh, no, I don't want to know.
You see a grizzled-looking pirate standing, speaking to a creature. It looks like a giant blue octopus.
What was that kid saying? Something about an octopus? Lusagos don't eat an octopus. Their calamari isn't cooked.
Don't let the prisoner on the boat.
Let's see. Lusago must be free. The prisoner must not board the ship.
Vecni recognizes the pirate as Teclis.
Then Vecni would be like, when she opens the door and we see Teclis, she'd be like, Teclis! And she'll start running towards him.
He whips his head around. Oh, Vecni!
And she'll jump and just give him a big hug.
He gives you a hug, but he looks confused. What are you doing here, lass?
You have been missing for weeks. You have not returned.
Weeks? Has it been that long? Vecni, I didn't realize it's been that long. I met Jazzweet, and we've been just down here looking over all these old tomes. We've had a really good time hanging out. I'll tell you, the way he gets started and we start reading and look over these books together, I feel like I'm a prisoner down here. So who's your other friend?
This is Roland.
Roland will kind of peek out and go, hey.
He is one of the few that we chartered from the Doddering Mongrel to take to Un with the soldiers.
Oh, you serve King 1. Okay.
So he is one of the soldiers, but he has been an integral part of the crew since most of our officers fell sick and you have not been there.
Yeah, I didn't mean to be away for so long. I've been looking for this treasure. He reaches into his breast pocket and he pulls out this really crude map. And he goes, "Yeah, I won this treasure map in a card game while I was at a tavern in Port Dragonfly. Yeah, the man that I won it from, somebody I've been familiar with for a long time. I met him quite a few times on my travels. He's a retired soldier named Draven. He always would complain about his deadbeat, lazy, incompetent son, and we talk about all the work he did at the orphanage in Port Dragonfly, and he seemed really deep in his cups. He was upset about something that happened at the orphanage, and I took every penny and every valuable from him, and finally he offered up this map as part of our game, and I'm ruthless when it comes to cards. So I won it from him.
This I know.
Whatever you say, Vecni. Yeah, you've always had an odd sense of humor.
Yeah, well, if I was joking, it would be silly. He's a scary young man.
You know, I gotta admit, I've missed you, my little water bird.
I've missed you too. I almost died twice.
Yes, I'm gonna examine the ship. Maybe I can find something out about what's causing this haunting.
Oh, I'm missing
Perhaps there's some evil person or artifact on board.
Oh.
Or perhaps someone's cursed. So I went through this man,
loves this story.
a paladin named Zombini. Apparently this evil gem corrupted his mind and he went mad. Him and his friends all tried to murder me. Since then, I've been very suspicious about meeting new people. I learned the ability to sense the evil in people's hearts. Well, I'm also able to sense curses on items. I'm not great at it, but I can do it. It takes me about 5 minutes to check each person and each item. And whenever there's evil coming from a person or an item, I feel a slight discomfort. The more evil that I sense, the more discomfort that I feel. When we get in the boat, I want to check you guys out, all your items, check out all the guys on the boat, the new guys, just to make sure there's no one truly evil on the boat. I just don't want anything to happen to me like what happened with that douchebag Zombini guy.
Well, as your story goes, that Zombini was a human, so there's no way that he could still be around.
Well, Zombini's not going to be around, but I still am worried about other evil people trying to murder me. Him and his friends had hired me for a job, and all of a sudden, in the middle of the night, this guy's trying to fucking kill me for no reason.
Well, you said he was corrupted by that gem.
Well, yeah, it's true. So I guess not no reason.
Well, it was no big deal, and I punched him in his arm, because you can dodge anything.
Well, he did fail terribly trying to hit me. He was pathetic. He missed me over and over and over again.
She rolls her eyes. She rolls her eyes and looks at Prince. I've heard this song for the past 100 years. Well, the captain, he would be very pleased to see you.
Oh, well, I should make my way over there.
He has been sick for weeks.
Well, it sounds like he kind of wants to stay here, so maybe we should head back to the ship.
Well, if the captain's not doing well, I don't think I can abandon the fleet.
Well, as the first mate, it is your duty to head back to the ship, but the treasure could be good for our mother. Well, there's the ship, Teclis.
Aye.
You ready to get off the island? Mm-hmm. All right, Beckney will get in the boat and sit down. Come on, boys. And she just sits back and leaves the oars to those guys.
You guys are gonna row?
Prince just sits down and waits for someone else to row.
Teclis sits down.
Oh, that's right. You're a captain.
Teclis sits down and doesn't row.
What is it? Everybody's looking at Roland.
They're all looking at you.
Okay. I mean, we won't get there that fast, but
Well, we'll get there fast if you stop talking. I stay here and drink some more.
So Roland, you walk into the captain's quarters. When you walk in, you see an interesting sight. Golden Tusk is sitting at his desk like normal.
is he diddling the kid?
No.
Okay.
The tiefling is in the corner, scribbling on a piece of papers, probably writing 33 over and over and over again. And you see Tezaki's in the room, Thaddeus is in the room, Sins is in the room, and Holden's in the room, as well as Teclis. Teclis is like standing near. Everyone's silent. Teclis is standing near Sins, and he has his hands over him like this, and he looks like he's concentrating really hard.
Oh, that boy's evil as fuck.
And he says out loud, he says, "This is the last one. After I'm done with him, we can get the other officers."
Well, time to make a break for it.
Does he find out if they're cursed or if they're evil?
Both.
Both? Oh, shit.
This boy's evil AF.
You can do anything, or you're just gonna watch.
I'll say, I'll clear my throat. Captain Golden Tusk?
Teclis clears his throat. Quiet, boy.
Evil.
So he's focusing, and all of a
I
sudden,
don't think Sins is evil. I think he's just selfish.
all of a sudden, he drops his hands and Teclis grips his stomach. Ugh.
Oh, maybe I'm wrong.
His character sheet said evil.
And he looks over to the captain,
He did have
and he
reason to believe
says,
Sins as a traitor.
"Oh, Captain, this one has some evil in him. I can feel it in my stomach." The captain goes, "Oh, yeah, I kind of figured that. Thanks, Teclis."
Well, give me the paddle. Time for,
Give me the paddle.
time for his paddling.
He goes, "Well, I'm done with all these officers and all their items. We can move on to the officers that weren't here." And he turns to Roland, and he says, "Do you want to go now, boy, or do you want to get the others first?"
Well, I'm not really here for any of that. I'm here to ask Golden Tusk if I could
No.
represent my line cooks in the trial.
Golden Tusk says, "Oh, that's a good idea, boy, but I'm sure Teclis already explained to you. He's gonna check everyone out. He's very, very, I guess you could say, worried about evil being on the ship.
Well,
He doesn't allow it."
what are you gonna do to Sins now? I just saw him say that Sins is evil.
Teclis says, "Yes, and now that I know that he is, I won't permit him to stay on Tuskheart any longer." Golden Tusk says, "Whoa, hold on. He's one of the one soldiers, and we're already having that trial tomorrow. We could talk about it, but let's see how the trial goes first."
Problem might take care of itself.
I guess if you want me to get the Vecni and Prince, I can go get them. Alright, so I'm gonna go real quick to my room, and I'm gonna leave my usual sword in the room and the and my dagger and crossbow, and then I'm gonna go to the armory and get another longbow and short sword, and then I'm gonna go talk to Prince.
Okay.
Hey, what did you do?
And I'm gonna stick it under my bed, under the sheets, my weapons and stuff.
He hid his weapons and got new clean ones.
Okay.
Oh.
All right. So
Oh.
Free of the taint.
He slashes, and then again just goes straight to the jugular.
Dead?
God, Teclis is a beast.
He is
No wonder Zombini couldn't hit him. The guy's a monster.
He's beasting right now.
It makes me think of Cyril Farrell.
That's
Arya's dancing
Water.
instructor.
Is Cyril Farrell Teclis?
You know what?
Sailors.
Make it happen.
He's going up against people with like claymores and kicking their asses with a wooden
The wooden
sword.
sword. That was so cool.
That tiefling is like standing near Roland, and he's tugging at Roland, and he's just speaking in Abyssal and saying Lusago. He's smiling. And he's saying, Lusago, Lusago, and he's just smiling.
30 seconds.
He's saying to you, Lusago sent me to help you. If it wasn't for my help, who knows what could have happened to your captain. But you still have to be wary of that man. Let me do the voice. But you still have to be wary of that man. He's gonna find you. He's gonna find out about Lusago. He's gonna find out. We have to do something. You can't let this man stay on the ship.
Well,
Talking about Teclis.
he is friends with the captain. There's not much. I'm like.
Oh, I figured it out!
Saying, well, he's whispering to the kid back, and he's saying, well, he's Golden Tusk's friend. There's nothing really I can do.
Did Teclis see Roland's sword?
No. Oh.
Yeah, he would have.
Oh.
I mean, in the midst of battle, he might not have.
He would have. So Teclis will walk up to Roland and say,
Hey boy, you didn't have that sword before. Where'd you get that?
I don't know. In the heat of battle, it just kind of I was able to conjure it.
I can't figure out where the curse is coming from. You guys talked about those ghosts attacking you. I couldn't figure out. Let me see your sword.
All right. So I guess
It's not a bad
Roland
idea.
will hand over the sword.
Teclis stumbles up to Captain Golden Tusk. He's sweating profusely. The sweat's pouring down. He has like shortness of breath. Captain, he holds up Roland's blade. The sword. He clutches his chest.
Oh, he killed Teclis.
He falls to the ground.
Oh, that's so much experience for Roland.
He's holding the sword up. Blood starts to pour out of his mouth.
Oh, shit.
Starts to pour out of his eyes.
Let it go!
He lets go. The sword clatters to the ground,
Put it back in his hand.
and he expires.
He dies?
He's dead.
I think it counts as Roland's kills.
In Roland's head, he hears that voice say,
1,000 experience.
"Foolish high elf."
All right. Roland will dismiss the sword.
Okay.
So we all saw that.
Yes.
Vecni's gonna run over to Teclis. She'll run over to him and she'll scoop his head up. She'll be like, Teclis! But you are the reason he is dead.
Well, he didn't have to examine my sword.
What is your sword?
I don't know. It just appears when I need it to. Hey, Vecni, I have no reason to even kill Teclis. It wasn't my fault that he's dead. As my powers started becoming more developed, I just thought that I needed a weapon, and it appeared into my hand just like what you saw.
What are you?
I'm a nobody. I was the weak kid in town, and people used to pick on me, and my dad sent me to the army to try to toughen me up, and then I wasn't good at anything, so they just made me the cook, and then one day we got attacked by a bunch of kobolds, and then I ran, and then I found this altar, and I heard a voice, and then all of a sudden I had much more skill than I ever had before, and I was able to slay the kobolds that attacked me.
Whose voice?
I don't know the voice.
Are you saying that you spoke to a god?
It's possible. I don't know.
Roland hears a voice.
Tell her what she needs to hear. Say whatever you need to. Say that I'm a god. If it'll help you get released from this prison, you must go to Dova.
We're getting a fucking lore drop right now.
Yeah, I'll say
I'll say I don't know. It could be a god. All I know is that it saved me from the kobolds, and it's given me skill in fighting that I never thought I'd have in my wildest dreams.
You see Vecni is sitting down with her back against the wall, and you see her just take a huge couple swigs, and she drops the bottle back down, and she goes, "Well, whatever it was that saved you killed my Teclis." And you can see her eyes are hazy, and she's just staring angrily still at you. Do it now.
Alright, I'll use my action, and smoke starts swirling around Roland's hand, and then it'll disappear, and then there'll be a blood-red falchion in his hand.
So again, I ask you, what are you? What is your connection with that boy?
The boy? I think he's talks to the same god or being that I do.
Does this god or being have a name?
The name he kept repeating, Lusago.
That is the name of the one that gave you the sword?
Roland nods.
Vecni like perks up, and she looks at you confused, and is like,
So you played dumb this whole time with the Lusago?
Yeah, I wanted you to think that it was just me that had all these skills, and not that that it was someone empowering me.
So you let this boy speak of Lusago and prisoners and whatever else he says that I do not know. So now that you lied about this Lusago, how am I supposed to trust you again?
Welcome back to another episode of Power